Have you looked into there's a couple of I don't want to go too much into blue chips. I know you're more of a like really like low cap guys, so I
Yeah.
just want to kind of cover some of these things, maybe gains or some of the other ones that like are generating a lot of fees. I don't know if Vela is one of them. I know Vela just got hacked. I just got that message this morning. But maybe Gains or maybe
Level
Camelot is one of
finance.
them. Yeah, Camelot is like a big launch pad on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what are some of the blue chips that people should pay attention to, and what are some of the mechanisms that people should you know learn how to kind of interact with? I guess like
Right.
let's do a quick 5 minute on this.
Yeah, I think Camelot, that is a great example to be provided here. I can share you, share you on, why I decided to buy Camelot Dex
Yeah,
Grail token very
Grail. Yeah.
early. I bought Grail when it was trading at $400 or $500,
Oh my
which
God! Wow.
yeah,
It's
quite
it
early.
was peaked at like 4,000, right?
Yeah, 4,000.
Yeah.
I made a mistake on that too, which I'll share in sec. But the main reason why I got to Grail very early, right, was the fact that at the time, I think it was at the end of January, beginning of February or something, where Arbitrum was starting to gain its prominence. Like market, I think the overall market conditions was improving a bit, right, and then the overall hype was coming back. And before that, I was fading Arbitrum. I was like, oh, I was using optimism, right? And I feel that, oh, everything is great already. But then one day I just, not sure why I decided to try, probably because of the increase in metrics across every single metrics, right, for Arbitrum chain in general. And I stumbled across Grail Camelot Dex because some people was talking about it and decided to
Mm,
check it. Um, the tokenomics was quite, I wouldn't say like highly innovative, right? But it was quite different than other
okay.
decentralized exchange that I see. It is using the X Grail or staking mechanism where if you stake, your token kind of get locked up a bit in the form of X Grail. Like you would need around 6 months to fully vest your X Grail into Grail. And
Interesting.
what this does is it will definitely curb the selling pressure for sure, and incentivize
Is this
people
like the
to.
ohm model? Would you say?
Pardon?
Is this like the ohm model? Ohm time?
Oh, I wouldn't say it's Ohm, right? Because Ohm, there's no lockup. I would say it's pretty similar to VE tokenomics, right?
Right.
I think
Yeah, yeah,
around
yeah.
yeah, in which you can decide to lock up your token for 1 year, 2, 3, or 4 years to
Yeah,
get the highest amount of VE token out of that.
yeah, yeah.
Similar vibe with Xgrail. You just your token essentially will be locked, and you need to vest it to get that liquid token. Ultimately, it leads to a curve in selling pressure and a lot of very low circulated supply, right? Because a lot of people would be locking their token, but this is all dependent on the fact that people lock their token in the first place, which ties into the incentives model
Yeah.
that you have to provide to the holders or stakers. Um,
And what
and
was the
the
incentive model? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, the incentives model that they use, I think is at the time is not like deep innovation or anything, but at the time, the narrative of real yields is still trending. People want to get paid with real yields, right? With tangible fees that you're getting from your platform.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think Camelot Dex write this narrative very well, where the stake like Xrail, um, you would get part of the trading fees and a small part of the emissions in the form of Xrail also. And then the real you
Okay.
yeah you're getting ETH USDC sort of liquidity pool, liquidity token, and that would add to the overall liquidity of Grail also, if these guys or if the XRail stakers decide to hold these ETH/USDC liquidity pool token. So I think because of
Okay.
that, that's factor one. Factor two is at the time, I think a lot of projects were partnering up with Grail or Camelot Dex in general. Like I didn't know
Right.
why. Every single day there would be this is what they call it. They call it the Night of the Camelot deck. The Night of the Camelot. So once projects is integrated into Grail, right, you become Knight of the Camelot, Knight of the Round Table, and every single day, like one or two or three projects would be integrated as a new partner. So the rate in which they integrate platforms are phenomenal at the time, and I always
So their
appreciate
rate of
platforms that
partnerships. Okay.